Hello and welcome to Frank's School. Well, I'm going to speed the movie up that I'm showing you. I would use in class 23 full minutes of it, and with very little interruption. I would call this section of the movie "Followers and an Enemy." The last thing you saw in that very dramatic scene where Francis left town naked was him standing there naked. Then it jumps to a scene of snow. You're up in the mountain, everything's covered with snow. It goes from warm to so cold. Now there's the theme of government versus the church. They're always arguing the state and who's better. San Damiano is the name of that ruined church. That's where St. Francis goes to rebuild it. I'd like to point out that, see, gradually he's going to begin to accumulate followers. And Bernardo is the first. And when he talks to St. Francis, well, I want you to notice, when he talks to St. Francis, fire becomes a theme from this point on, fire. And it really represents spirit, I think, fire as a spirit. And there's one camera shot, I don't know if I'll pause it, I'm going to just fast forward this, where the fire looks like it's actually coming off, big fire, looks like it's coming off of St. Francis. Or, he's not saint yet, he's Francesco. Because of where the camera is placed, just as if it's coming off him. Well, notice the bare feet. That theme of bare feet, but now in the winter, those actors had to be tough to do that, I think. As the Mason in me, as I watch this, I'm always looking at how things are built and stuff. I feel I have to point out that's too cold to be using mortar. That's unrealistic. You wouldn't be mortaring up a wall in that kind of weather. I like the line that one guy says, "I always laugh when I don't understand." A lot of people do that. I mentioned that actually about contour gardening. You know, what do you do when you are confronted with something that you do not understand? Some people laugh. The costumes. Zeffirelli always seems to have been willing to spend a fortune in costumes. And you've maybe noticed it already. Well, the coat that Giovanni, I think his name, Giocondo is his name. He's wearing this beautiful coat. And you can't help but notice it. As soon as you first see him, I think, with it on. Well, then you'll see what he does with that beautiful coat as he begins to think that maybe Francesco is right. The idea that there's an enemy, a traitor, a betrayer, one of his former friends that will not go with him, that drives the story now for quite a while. When the one character says, "What have I done? I've done it." I sort of like that too. And then right at the end of this viewing, the gargoyles that you saw before, you'll see them one more time as it leads up to the father, Bernardone. And Pica's theme, the mother's theme, it is used here so beautifully as a reprise. You call that a reprise when something is basically brought back once. You could call it an echo if you want, but when it's musical, you would call it a reprise. Well, you know, there's zooming. Where is it? That device of zooming in on a character. You'll see some of that. There comes a point where I can't explain everything in the movie. I just hope that you develop an eye, or your students develop an eye for what's being done. And then you yourselves can pick it up and maybe want to share it with others when you notice it, like I do. Okay, I'm going to fast forward through 23 minutes of this, so sorry about the fast forwarding, but my point is not to show you the movie, it's to lead you to this movie. So, see you soon.